Hello, you beautiful people. It is me, once again, Mars, out here in nature at Hendrik Retreat Center in Costa Rica, where I'll be taking my clients to come and get away for a few days to disconnect, to connect to themselves, to heal trauma, and to detox the body through yoga and meditation and juice cleanses. We're going to go on hikes through the rainforest, over by the volcano and different waterfalls, and kind of explore your consciousness and explore the jungle here in Costa Rica. If that's something that sounds interesting to you and you want to have a one-on-one with me, we can talk about pricing and scheduling, but we're going to move past that. I'll make another video on that subject another day. We're going to cut right into today's topic, which is what I'm going to call the $100 million question. This was inspired by Leo Gura, who was one of my favorite speakers. And the question goes like this. If you woke up tomorrow with $100 million in your bank account, what would you do? And I want you to stop and think about that for a second. The challenge here and the real juice is by thinking through the whole thing very realistically. I want you to put yourself in that situation. Close your eyes and envision it and think to yourself, what would you really do? Do you know what you would do if money was not an object? Because most people don't. And I think it's because we see that as so far out, so imaginary. But there's a lot of benefits to thinking this through. Because of course, at first, what would you do? Maybe you go and you buy a new car, you upgrade your house. Maybe you go on a vacation, you be spending money celebrating. But after a certain point, once that money becomes the new norm, you're not limited by anything. Well, what do? Think about how much you do to gain money. How much of your work and what you do is just to have that income and that stability. So if all of that was just handed to you, now what? And a lot of people might think this is a pointless exercise. But it's not, and this is why I think it's not such a pointless exercise. Because you're working all the time, and you're building yourself, and you're growing with what end, right? You're making this money, obviously to survive, to keep a roof over your head. But I know, especially if you're watching this kind of content, you intuit that there's something more out there, something beyond that. And for every person, it's different. There's not an easy answer to this question. So what I'm asking you to do is really sit there and figure out, what is that for you? If you had no more responsibility, you're completely free to do as you want. You're not obligated or tied to anything. Where would you go? What would you do? How would you spend your time? How would you spend that money? Right? Maybe you would just travel. You travel around the world and nothing else, and you would just go and explore. Maybe you dedicate your life to helping those who are less fortunate. Maybe you would dedicate your life to some kind of art form or practice. Maybe to some kind of sport or some kind of skill, right? But really digging in and finding out what that is and being able to envision it will pull you closer to things that vibrate at that level. And also, it will help guide your choices, bringing you into that direction, right? Because once you can feel it and you can taste it, a lot of people know they want more out of their life, but that idea of more is so abstract. They don't have a concrete idea of what more for them even looks like. More of what exactly? Because some people will say, oh, I want more money, I need more money. When in reality, money's just paper. Money's not doing much for you. It's what the money can bring you that you want. So what is that? What is that money giving you? Maybe it's freedom. But freedom to do what? So sitting with yourself and thinking about where their freedom can take you and what you would do with it, that alone can motivate you to move your life in a direction that's going to bring you closer and closer to the highest ideal of what you have for your life. And like I said, for each person, that's going to look different. That's going to be special for you. It's going to be different for you than what it is for me. So today I challenge you to really sit there and think about it. Take a couple minutes even. Ideally, I'd take 15, 20 minutes, 30, an hour. I would think about it all week. I think about stuff like this all the time, right? Because I want to keep growing. Every year that goes on, I find myself closer and closer to that, right? And what you'll notice is that through time, that vision might even change into something else. So that's my challenge for you guys today, is to answer that question for yourself. I want to thank you guys. I'm grateful for everyone who is watching. Feel free, please follow, please like this video. If you guys want to reach out to me, I'm here on all socials, so please do. Thank you guys once again. Stay healthy, stay blessed, and stay connected. Peace.